Hello, spiritual seekers. Is it really just a coincidence that you found yourself here in this very moment? Perhaps there's a divine hand at play, gently guiding you toward a message that might shift the course of your spiritual path forever. There's a certain urgency surrounding all of this, almost as if the angels themselves are calling out, urging you to pay attention. What if the subtle signs you've been overlooking are, in fact, the keys that unlock your greatest transformation? Consider how the universe might be orchestrating encounters, synchronicities, and intuitive nudges right under your nose. In a world filled with distractions, these celestial whispers can easily slip by unnoticed. Yet, research from various spiritual and psychological studies shows that people who actively heed these angelic signals often experience unparalleled personal growth. So, could you be one of those individuals standing at the threshold of profound change? It's not uncommon to hear that angels speak quietly, in gentle voices or tiny coincidences, but I'm here to share a revelation. They're not just whispering anymore, they're shouting. All too often, we dismiss the subtle, chalking it up to mere happenstance. I once knew someone who lived each day feeling unsettled, ignoring the repeated coincidences that dotted her path. Recurring numbers, uncanny dreams, the constant gut feeling she couldn't shake. Only when she finally stopped brushing these moments aside did she realize she'd been receiving divine guidance all along. From that moment on, her life took a drastic turn for the better. Opportunities appeared from unexpected places, and emotional healing followed in ways she'd only imagined. The angels were always there, waiting. She had merely been too busy to listen. Imagine pausing for just a second, taking a breath, and inviting these messages in. What blessings might unfold if you welcomed them with an open heart every single day. Maybe you'd discover a hidden sense of purpose. Perhaps you'd see new opportunities waiting just beyond your comfort zone. Or, in a simpler but equally important sense, you might feel the reassurance that you are never walking this path alone. Before we move deeper, consider taking a moment to connect with others on this journey. If you're feeling that call, show your support by liking this video or subscribing, ensuring you remain part of a collective that values spiritual insight. Sometimes, that small act of acknowledgement can help keep us accountable to the path we're meant to walk. Throughout history, angels have appeared time and again in countless spiritual traditions. Ancient civilizations left behind texts and stories that speak of mysterious beings intervening at critical junctures in human affairs. From the archangels in Abrahamic faiths to the spirit guides of indigenous cultures, the concept of heavenly messengers transcends cultural and temporal boundaries. People worldwide have attested to miraculous healings, timely warnings, and near-impossible rescues credited to angelic intervention. What's particularly striking is how many of these accounts share a common theme, a transformative shift in the recipient's perspective, a heartfelt awakening that leaves them forever changed. Even in our modern age, we see ongoing research in areas like transpersonal psychology, suggesting that belief in angelic guidance can offer emotional resilience, deeper meaning, and even faster recovery from life's setbacks. Perhaps you've already felt moments that seemed guided by an unseen presence, a random stranger who said just the right words at the right time, a strong pull in your heart that made you change course, or a dream so vivid it felt more real than your waking life. These experiences can be both awe-inspiring and comforting, gently reminding us there's a spiritual layer supporting us when we're open to it. Stories continue to emerge of individuals who, during some of the darkest times in their lives, sensed a saving grace that steered them away from the brink of despair. Could these stories be pointing toward universal truths about how angels work in our lives? That question alone is enough to stir a sense of intrigue and make us wonder, am I truly paying attention? But why does it feel so especially urgent right now? Well, many spiritual teachers argue that we're living in a time of accelerated energy. Think of it as a phase in which cosmic currents are rising, and more people than ever are feeling inner nudges to awaken. When such collective shifts occur, divine messengers seem to amplify their efforts. You might be noticing strange coincidences piling up, repeated number sequences like 11, 11 or 2, 22, vivid dreams, heightened intuition, or a persistent sense of déjà vu. These signals can be like road signs, helpful markers, gently showing the way, if only we'd pause long enough to interpret them. Then again, ignoring them can feel like stumbling through uncharted territory with no map, missing out on precious guidance that could ease our journey. So take a moment to reflect. Has there been a recent surge of synchronicities in your life? If so, perhaps there's a reason you've arrived here, ready to hear the messages that have been trying to reach you. In the grand tapestry of existence, timing is everything. Sometimes, we find ourselves at a crossroads, uncertain of which way to turn, only to receive a sign so unmistakable, it dissolves our doubt in an instant. This sense of divine timing is often the hallmark of angelic messages. Have you ever noticed that guidance has a way of appearing precisely when it's needed most, as though orchestrated behind the scenes by benevolent forces? There's a deeper layer to this phenomenon, our personal readiness. If we're too entangled in negativity or closed off by skepticism, we might not see the clues, even when they're right in front of us. That's why the urgency of spiritual readiness is more important than ever. If you feel a stirring in your soul that suggests, now is the time, it very well could be. One of the first steps toward welcoming angelic insights is learning how to identify those subtle nudges. Emotional fluctuations, like sudden waves of gratitude, peace, or even restlessness, can signify an angelic presence near you. Sometimes, an inexplicable sense of warmth might flood you, or the world might feel more vibrant, as if colors were sharper and sounds more harmonious. Intuition is another common channel. A gut feeling might whisper that you're being nudged to do something brave, or even to show compassion in a situation where anger might have been your default response. Take these inner whispers seriously. They might hold the key to unlocking a new dimension of spiritual growth. However, before we can fully absorb such divine guidance, we often need to clear away the mental and emotional debris that keeps us stuck in old patterns. When negativity accumulates, whether it's lingering resentment from past relationships, stress from life's challenges, or the heavy weight of unresolved trauma, it can create a fog around us, obscuring our ability to detect spiritual signals. Just as a dirty window distorts the view outside, a cluttered mind blurs the messages attempting to come through. Recognizing this is half the battle. The next step is to cleanse and release what no longer serves you. For some, that might involve a simple mindfulness practice each morning. Close your eyes, envision a warm, healing light washing over your entire body, and imagine it dissolving any tension or negative thoughts. For others, smudging with sage or Palo Santo can be a powerful ritual that symbolically clears a space of stale energy. Meditation also plays a pivotal role, providing a quiet space where angelic whispers can rise into your awareness without obstruction. Letting go is more than just a mechanical exercise. It often involves a deep emotional shift. Forgiveness is a particularly potent tool here. We've all been hurt in some way, and we've all harbored grudges that weigh us down. Yet, when you release that burden, whether it's resentment towards someone else or self-blame you've carried for years, you create a vacuum that divine love naturally fills. This act of clearing space can pave the way for a more authentic spiritual communion. Think of it like tuning a radio dial. Once you remove the static, the signal comes in strong and clear. What could happen if you forgave yourself for past mistakes, allowing the angels to work on a heart free of guilt and shame? Reflect on that for a moment, and notice if the idea lights something within you. As you align more with your higher self and clear away negativity, you might find yourself yearning to connect with others who share a similar calling. Being part of a spiritual community can amplify your transformation. Sharing experiences, such as dreams, uncanny coincidences, or meditation breakthroughs, helps normalize these phenomena and reminds you that you're not alone in receiving cosmic nudges. Online forums, social media groups, spiritual workshops, or local gatherings offer platforms to exchange stories and gather practical advice. It's often in these communal spaces that you'll hear uncanny, parallels to your own life, a resonance that validates your experiences and deepens your commitment. When you post a question or share a personal revelation, you might be surprised at how many people have journeyed through something strikingly similar. In these moments, you realize that spiritual growth is not a solitary path. We walk it together, learning from each other's stories and building a tapestry of collective wisdom. If you feel so inclined, I invite you to share your own experiences in the comments. Perhaps you've seen repeating number patterns or felt an inexplicable nudge that seemed to come from beyond the physical realm. By voicing these encounters, you encourage others to step forward with their stories, weaving a beautiful network of support. Sometimes, the best lesson we can offer someone else is simply to say, "I've been there too." Whether you're a newcomer to this world of angelic signs or a seasoned spiritual seeker, your voice matters. There is immense power in collective insight. Each perspective can act as a stepping stone for someone else. This shared wisdom has a ripple effect, turning individual awakenings into a broader wave of enlightenment. With all that said, the real treasure lies in understanding how to remain receptive to these heavenly messages in your daily life. Practical steps can help fortify this connection. Consider beginning or ending each day with a short reflection. Ask yourself if you noticed any signs or intuitive impulses, and note how you responded. Gratitude practices. Writing down a few things you appreciate can open your heart and raise your vibration, making it easier to sense those higher frequencies where angelic guidance resides. Little habits like reading an uplifting passage or reciting affirmations can anchor you firmly in positive energy, boosting your ability to recognize and interpret spiritual prompts when they appear. Even the simplest changes, like deep, intentional breathing during moments of stress, can shift your awareness enough to catch a divine message before it slips away. Over time, you'll likely discover that welcoming angelic guidance is more about cultivating a way of being rather than occasional glimpses of inspiration. When you lead your life with openness, humility, and compassion, you become a magnetic field for synchronicity. New acquaintances appear when you need them most. Solutions reveal themselves in moments of clarity, and a sense of peace takes root even in turbulent times. This doesn't mean challenges disappear. Rather, you're better equipped to navigate them, secure in the knowledge that you are supported. Indeed, many find that once they open the door to angelic guidance, they receive signals more frequently. It's as if the universe is saying, "Now that you're listening, let me show you even more." Yet, it's easy to slip back into old habits, especially when life gets hectic. That's where conscious intention comes in. Remind yourself daily that you are open to angelic messages, whether it's through a silent prayer, a journal entry, or a simple declaration in your mind. I choose to remain receptive. If negativity creeps back, perhaps through doubt or external stressors, take a moment to reset your energy. Visualize a circle of light around you, reaffirming your commitment to clarity and love. It's a practice, much like exercising a muscle. The more you commit to it, the stronger your intuitive awareness becomes. Alongside that private work, keep exploring the resources around you. If you're someone who thrives on deeper knowledge, look into texts that document angelic interventions or delve into studies in spiritual psychology that validate the emotional benefits of such beliefs. If you prefer interactive learning, consider seeking out online classes or local workshops where you can learn about angelic hierarchies, guardian angels, and the diversity of ways they communicate. Sometimes, hearing how others interpret these signals can spark fresh insights in your own journey. It's all about feeding your spirit with positive, enlightening content that continually points you toward connection rather than separation. When you do connect with like-minded individuals, whether online or in person, you'll notice a synergy that accelerates everyone's growth. Group meditations can be particularly powerful. Picture a circle of people all focusing on inviting angelic presence. The collective energy can be palpable, often leading to shared visions or synchronized emotional releases. Even if you can't attend in person, virtual meetups can create a similar bond. Conversations sparkle with new possibilities, and the sense of belonging can reinforce your faith in unseen guidance. As we near the culmination of these reflections, it's important to acknowledge that the angels are more than just mythical concepts or comforting fantasies. For many, they represent a profound reality. Celestial companions who operate beyond the limits of our physical senses, but who leave traces in our daily lives in the form of blessings, warnings, and gentle course correction. The more we open ourselves to this possibility, the more tangible those traces become. In essence, we are co-creators of our spiritual narrative. How we choose to perceive and respond to these messages can radically shape our lives. Now, let's take a final moment to gather the threads of everything we've discussed. It begins with recognizing that there may be no accidents in stumbling upon a message such as this, only subtle alignments pointing us toward growth. We stand at a pivotal intersection where ancient wisdom meets modern interpretation, reminding us that angels transcend cultural boundaries and historical eras. Their language is written in the synchronicities of everyday life and in the tender shifts of our hearts. To truly hear them, we must awaken our spiritual sense of timing and readiness, acknowledging the periods in our lives that call for deeper introspection and transformation. In this journey, one of our core responsibilities is to clear the obstructions of negativity and pain that distort the signals attempting to reach us. Techniques such as meditation, smudging, creative visualization, and especially the practice of forgiveness allow us to dissolve the dense energies clinging to our aura. Once we lighten this load, we see more clearly the pathways the angels illuminate. And as we explore these pathways, we discover the healing power of community. A network of seekers exchanging personal stories, offering supportive words, and forming circles of shared trust. With each story told and each comment shared, the collective wisdom grows stronger, reinforcing for everyone involved that these messages are real, accessible, and life-changing. This shared exploration naturally leads to a more consistent practice of aligning with divine guidance. From morning affirmations to nighttime reflections, each mindful act keeps that channel open. Gratitude becomes second nature, and doubt or fear no longer hold the same grip. You start to perceive how each day's events and interactions might be orchestrated, or at least gently nudged, by benevolent forces that want to see you flourish. In recognizing that, you reclaim a sense of wonder, like a child, discovering how vast and marvelous the world can be. Before we close, consider anchoring this wisdom through a simple affirmation. Place your hand over your heart, take a calming breath, and quietly say, "I am open to receive and trust in the guidance that is meant for me." Feel the warmth and is meant for me. Feel the warmth. Sincerity of those words. Sometimes all it takes is a moment of genuine intention to shift our energy in a more receptive direction. If there's any lingering doubt, remind yourself that you don't have to tackle this journey alone. You can seek support from others. You can reconnect with your breath, center your thoughts, and invite angelic presence whenever you need reassurance. As we come to the end of our time together, I invite you to stay connected and keep this conversation alive. If this resonates with you, consider subscribing to continue exploring these topics. Interact in the comments. Your insights might be the catalyst for someone else's breakthrough. Above all, try to maintain a spirit of curiosity, remembering that the divine often speaks in mysteries and gentle prompts rather than loud proclamations. When you pay attention, you may notice that your angels are closer than you ever suspected, patiently guiding you forward, even in life's most challenging moments. Always keep in mind that their love and support are not fleeting phenomena, but a constant wellspring available to you. The invitation is perpetual, waiting for you to accept whenever you're ready. As you integrate these insights, let gratitude fill your heart for the transformations that are already in motion and for those yet to unfold. Know that each step on this path is part of a greater design, one that ultimately leads you toward deeper love, self-awareness, and the uplifting realization that you are part of something grand and sacred. Thank you for being here, for sharing your energy in this sacred space, and for daring to open your mind and spirit to the possibility of angelic guidance. May you move forward with a renewed sense of purpose and clarity. Even when challenges arise, remember that you have a celestial support system at your side, ready to assist as soon as you call upon it. Let that comfort guide you through each day. Your angels are always present, gently nudging you toward your highest good, reminding you that within you lies an unbreakable connection to love and light. So, until we meet again, stay open, stay receptive, and remain blessed in the arms of your ever-watchful guardians. You are never alone on this journey, and the world of infinite possibilities awaits your embrace.